Hi guys, I'm Quanna Harris, your favorite host. Thank you so much for joining us for another episode of Real Talk Jamaica. We have quite a show lined up for you today. I hope you grab your ice cream, make sure you have it, because my story is coming up next.
Only I
Only I can tell my story.
can tell my story.
Can tell my story.
Guys, today we have an exceptional person with us, a hairstylist who has been trailblazing the beauty industry. Welcome, Miss Puddon Plus Sweet.
Thank you. It's an honor to be here with you guys.
It's an honor to have you sitting in the Real Talk Jamaica seat.
Thank you.
Puddon, listen, you have been kicking down the beauty industry doors, especially for hairstyling. Tell me how it all started.
Well, I think it's in my genes from my mom, because my mom she used to be a popular hairstylist on Aglipa Road. Miss Jean, they used to call her. So growing up, seeing her doing all of this, it comes naturally. I was always there in the salon as a child, playing with the mannequins, and she never yet once beat me and say, "You can get her to sit down." She never.
Right.
She always encouraged me. I said, "Leave her, man, when she play with her mannequin, man." One day she go better than no. She always tell her workers that.
So she speak it into your life.
Yes.
Right. So the background, you got it from your mom. Your journey, how your personal journey started.
Well, my personal journey started from high school, where I used to wear my hair in creative styles. I used to just make up styles and do it on my own. And when I would go to school, my principal would say, "Miss Lakayda, why your hair looking like that?" And I would change it, but when I change it, I would do somewhere else creative again. And she would say, "Miss Lakayda, I have to call your parents, because every time you come with something new." And it was just a passion. It was just a passion that I couldn't get rid of. I couldn't run from it. I just had to go into it. So when it was CXC time, everybody I kill off themselves, say them want them SBA, and I was one of the top 3 students in Excelsior High School, but I know definitely that all these subjects I would have to know, but I wouldn't have to push much on the subject area. So as I left school, I didn't even go to graduation because I wasn't interested in all of that. I went straight to Cosmos School, got the basic, and then head right out into renting a salon. And I still have the salon up to this day.
So where you're located now, that's where you started?
Yes, for 16 years I'm there now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Listen, we have a lot in common, but that's for another show.
Okay.
So your mother was your inspiration in becoming a hairstylist.
Yes.
So tell us about how it was in the salon growing up as a little girl. You see your mother just create the things them and do the hair them, and how you felt watching her doing all of that.
Well, watching her doing all of that, it just felt like confirmation to me. Like, it made me be sure of what and who I want to be when I left school.
Right.
When you're growing up, everybody will say, "Where you want to be when you grow up?" My story never changed. A hairstylist. It has never changed.
Wow, Puddon, I have watched you grown over the years. A lot of person have been watching you.
Yes, I do.
And I am a beauty instructor by profession. That's my profession.
Okay.
And I've watched you over the years, and I've always recommended persons, if they ask for certain things, I say watch Puddon.
Yeah.
Or go watch Puddon video them or something like that. I will always tell them, you are one of the persons that I will direct them to, and I will use you all the time in my classes as an example. So it's really a pleasure to actually meet you in person. What I'm getting at, the passion for it. And as you have evolved so much, your talent is exceptional. It's top tier. You understand?
Thank you.
And you have branched out into business in the business aspect of it. Tell me about your business aspect, because a lot of hairstylists, they don't have the know-how in business. How did you grow your business to become one of the most successful salons in Jamaica?
Well, for that, this field is very popular.
Right.
So I came to the conclusion that, you know what? If I want to stand out in this field, I would just have to be different. So what I do, I make it my point of duty, and I would suggest that to other stylists as well. Make it your point of duty to always be creative and put something new on the table.
Right.
Jamaicans and this this generation now, an upcoming generation, they're easily tired of one thing. Yes. Even a little baby, I say, Mommy, I don't want that today. I expect them to want it.
Right.
But you have to be creative. And I also encourage my stylists as well. Be creative. Don't wait until me as the boss do something different for you to do something different.
Right.
Because this is it. I don't want it to be a case where I am not at the salon or not in presence and the creativity doesn't continue.
Right.
I would love that to continue. So I think that sets me aside in the industry and it helps me to grow. It pushes me also.
That's wonderful, because a lot, hairdressing. Let us good. We know I've been in the industry for over 30 years.
Yes.
So the industry for hairdressing, hairstylists always hide knowledge. And I always say, why is it that we don't expect other persons to elevate and to learn from us? So when you die, you're gonna carry it on. Exactly. Right. So that's one thing I love about you. You're always educating. You're always teaching, and you go to these schools and you would talk to these students. Yeah. So this is something that I admire, that you pour back, especially into your staff. Why do you think you need to do that?
Because, as I said before, it makes no sense to be selfish with a skill or a knowledge, because we once, when we were entering into the different tertiary schools, right, we never know nothing. But we go expecting the teacher to teach us something for us to become someone.
Exactly.
So why would you be selfish not wanting someone else to become something or become someone? Right?
Right.
And as you said, if I'm to pass off, God forbid, but if I'm to pass off, who is there to say, I was taught by so-and-so, my name will be carried on.
Exactly. A legacy. A legacy.
Right.
Tell us about your brand, Puddon Plus Sweet. How did that come about?
Okay, many persons are amazed by the name.
That is the first thing I was about to say that. How did you come up with that name?
Yes, some persons think the brand Puddon is a bakery.
Right.
Well, it's kind of a bakery, but it's not a physical bakery. So the name came about when I was in Canada working at a salon.
Okay.
And, you always have a one troublemaking customer, right? Mm-hmm. So she came in there and she said, well, I was actually in the place of the owner for the salon. Right. She was away.
Okay.
So when that customer came in, she was like, no, man, but you set the ear them good. You set them good like putting in a pan. So, every time she come in, she would say, Puddon what? So I just say, you know what? I'm going to stick to that brand. And then now, what happened when I came back to Jamaica and started working, these customers from that salon, when they travel to Jamaica, they start calling me Puddon.
Okay.
Because they are used to that customer calling me Puddon. Mm-hmm. So I say, you know what? Since this is an international interaction, because you have to, when you're doing branding, you have to see what the audience grab.
Exactly.
So when whatever they grab, that's what you have to work with. That's your free promotion.
Okay.
Right.
Well, so you just teach them something.
Yes, that's your free promotion. Anything that customer says over and over, it's always a free promotion. So add that into whatever you're doing.
Okay.
So then I say, all right, I'm going to incorporate this with my brand. So when I registered, when I went to the place to register my business, the register of companies, they were like, okay, give us a couple of days because we have to do a name search. So I was fully confident because I know nobody in Jamaica don't have that name.
Yes.
So it was a good thing to implement in my brand. And that's how we come about the name Puddon plus sweet. I just add the plus sweet to it because puddon is common.
Right.
So the plus sweet would make a difference.
So what does Puddon plus sweet brand entails?
So at first, I never leave out my workers. So the Puddon plus sweet brand includes the workers, because without the workers, the product's not getting pushed, the service is not getting pushed. So they're at the top of the hierarchy, right? Me and the workers, because we work as a team. So, you know, some business hierarchy, they might have the owner at top. Well, no. For my hierarchy, it's me and my workers at the top.
Okay.
Then the customers. Then we start off doing products.
Right.
Right. So my vision is to ensure that in 5 years' time, or less than 5 years' time, because I love to push myself. So in less than 5 years' time, I want to have the #1 team working salon in Jamaica.
Well, you're quite on your way, girl.
Thank you.
You're quite on your way. Yes. So Puddon plus sweet brand entails some of the products that you offer underneath your brand right now?
Yes, we have wax stick, we have lace glue in all different sizes. I wanted to bring them, but I have lace glue in all different sizes, and these products are all waterproof because we know the climate is humid.
Right.
And we know persons love to come to Jamaica for vacation. Them love swimming in water, down the falls, all of that.
Right.
So we ensure that it can accommodate their lifestyle. Right? So we have the wax stick, all different size glues, the remover because the glue is strong. So we have the remover. We have the melt spray. We incorporate melt ban and aftercare products.
Okay.
Right, which are the melt ban and the headband.
Wow.
Right.
Talk to me about your teaching and mentoring.
Okay, so the teaching now, it's always been a part of me from I was a child. I used to line up the teddy bear them on the ground, with a piece of paper in front of them and beat them. That's literally what I used to do. So I knew I wanted to become a teacher, but at the same time, I would always say I want to become a stylist when persons ask me.
Right.
So when I was there, as I said, I'm not selfish. So even if you're with me in my salon, because I once had a stylist there in my salon when I just started out, I subletted a booth because I wanted help with the rent, because I just started out at 18 at the time. And she was there and she was afraid to rent the booth because she knew how great of a stylist I was. So she came and she said, you know, I'm afraid to rent the booth from you because I'm not so good like you. And I was like, that's okay. I'll teach you. And she rented the booth. I showed her a couple of my techniques. So, you know, even if I'm not there, then persons can come and she will get the customers.
Right.
So then I look into myself and I say, no, sir, this can be a real business and it will satisfy me.
Right.
Right, because I love teaching. So then I said, all right, I'm going to start teaching. I started off doing a 1 month course. Now I break down to 1 day. Yes, and a lot of persons like, well, we can learn now 1 day, but I push you and I ensure that before we go to each step, you know what is happening.
Okay. So is there like a time span on the 1 day?
No, I don't put any time span. So for that 1 day, if you finish 12 o'clock in the morning, it's 12 o'clock in the morning.
Wow, so you make sure that you... Okay.
So they were like, make sure you get your money's worth. I make sure you get the money's worth.
So that's just a passion. It's like for me, it's like you merge both passions for hairstyling and teaching with this. So tell us what you teach.
Well, I teach all the techniques. I don't shadow ban. I don't hide no technique. When I'm teaching, there are other stylists that would teach and they will hide back because they don't want you to be of a great person as them or even greater. Right. Because that's a possibility.
Exactly, as a teacher, yeah.
Right, and we have to accept that as stylists that another generation or another person is going to come or a younger stylist is going to come and they're going to take over the game.
That's true.
So it's no problem if game is over, game is over.
Exactly.
Just make sure when game is over, your name is the title for that game.
Exactly. Right. Your challenges versus your achievements. Tell me some of the challenges that you faced throughout your journey as a hairstylist.
If I'm to ever tell a challenge, trust me, the challenges come in different areas. From workers, from customers, from tenants. We have challenges all over. But you know what's the best thing? Never to let your challenges get you down, you know? Let your challenges drive you and push you. Don't let it get the best of you. The only thing should get the best of you is the Holy Spirit.
Amen.
Right?
And I'm going to ask you about that journey that you're on now too.
Yes.
But let us continue with your challenges.
But you know, the challenges, at first, let us talk about the workers now. Because then you have stylists out there that are hiding in a room, in a box by themselves and have workers outside. Because they're saying that them afraid them left and gone do them thing and learn from them. But my thing is, if you can go out and say that you used to work for me, that means persons are always going to say, okay, then she's the goat.
Right.
So if it's a case where it's either the person is going to get blessing or you're going to get a part of the blessing.
Right.
Because that same one customer will say, all right, if you're not available, we can go to the goat. Can you say the goat teacher?
Right.
Understand? So it's a win-win game, but persons don't look at it like that. They look at it and say, all right, when them gone, they might bring the whole of the customer then. And even if they bring 50 customers, out of the 50, 3 of them going to return back and forth. Best believe it. So your basket won't be empty.
But you think that stylists in Jamaica, this is a question coming from me being in the industry too.
Yes.
Do you think that stylists in Jamaica, they see other stylists for yourself as their major competition? And if you're even doing your classes, they will not come to your class, but they want to learn, you know, but they will not come to your class just because.
Pride. Pride is the answer for that. But you know what? It's okay to be proud because no one is perfect, even though being proud is not of God.
Right.
But if you're proud, I just want to use this platform now to let you know that I'm a humble person and I'll accept you. And I won't look at you, I won't discriminate you and say, say you're a stylist. And I'm not going to big up myself either. I'm not that type of person.
Right.
And I've had stylists out there now, big stylists out there now, who have done classes with me and I haven't posted them. Because I respect how you feel. So if you're in a class with me and say, respectfully, I wouldn't want you to post me because I don't want persons to know who I learned from or whatever reason is their reason.
Mm-hmm.
I respect that as well.
That's very good.
Right.
So to continue and tell me about your challenges.
All right. The challenges, as I said before, I mentioned about the workers.
Right.
Workers working with us and leaving. That's one of the challenge. But you have to tell yourself, say, hey, no one person is here to stay forever. Right?
That's true.
What I try to do with my workers, I try to be as a family to them. Right? There are going to be workers that leave and they feel like they can never push back that door. Mm-hmm. But I don't want no worker that's working with me to feel that way. I want us to leave on good terms. So suppose it's your birthday. You're supposed to feel free to sit and say, you know what, now at my one-time boss do my ear. That's the relationship that we should have. But a lot of persons not doing that. Or if you feel like you're ready to go now, give me a nice resignation letter and let us do a good send-off. Why we can't be like that? The society, they need to change the frame of mind.
Right.
A frame of mind is not a healthy one now, but in the field, you can set aside and let people know that, hey, I'm not like that. Feel free to come, So the workers now, another challenge with workers. I don't have this often, but I've had it before, right? They are not being upfront with their boss if they want to leave. That's one of the main things. And I mean, as I said before, you're not here to stay. Let us have good times while you're here. You're not here to stay, and let us leave on good terms. So that's one of the challenges with workers. I don't have much challenges with workers, apart from when I just started off doing the teamwork. Persons used to come very late. They didn't respect the timing, right? Mm-hmm. And if we're working as a team, then timing is very important.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
So it sets off everything.
Yes, exactly.
And I think it's a Jamaican thing, but we really need to try and break out of it.
So when we got embassy, we dip on time. So
I don't know. I think people look at the embassy as instant success.
Exactly. So look at your job.
They're not going to look at it like that.
Put that energy towards your job.
No, because guess what? If you're working for someone, the mentality is you're making that person better.
Okay.
Because we have to be real and frank, right? Mm-hmm. So most persons, when they're working for someone, they're saying, you know, man, she all right. She rich. She all right. And she'll go with the whole of the money. But don't look at it like that, because whatever you're learning in this era now, it benefits you. Suppose you want to do your own thing one day.
That's something that I've always shared with my trainees, and I always said to them, listen, if you get the opportunity to work in a salon, yes, I know that you might not be getting this pay that you would want, but do not look at it from a financial aspect. Look at it at what I am going to learn from this person. What is it that this person is going to impact in me for me to go out there and make my own money? So I always tell them, frame your mind as a learning, like you're learning back in school, but get a little money still. You understand? But a lot of them, they want the money. And what I've noticed with these stylists nowadays, I don't know if you have seen that, is that they want the quick fix. Yes. They want it this right now. What you have achieved in 16 years, they want it tomorrow.
No.
And it don't go like that.
So stick a pin right there. So yes, so we can talk more about the workers then, since you mentioned that. So a worker might come around you, not knowing that, you know, say when she just start off, because when me just start off, you know, I try them to be in one city on the same plaza.
Right.
Now, if they come in the salon, it's like a pink Barbie house.
Right.
Right?
Yes, there, I've seen
so,
Barbie house.
Right. So a new worker come now and see all of this prettiness and this pinkness. Them feel like, say, so it was before, but no, we had to do consistent posting. We had to do a lot of free work. We had to put in a lot of things.
That is it. You had to put the work in place to achieve and to reach where you are.
Right. And when they come now, and them sister them now reach where you reach already, and that's how the bad mind starts.
Look here, make way for bad mind. So
I don't know. But you know what? I think when you don't hold grudge to people, I think it makes your business and everything flows better.
But let them know that. Let people know that just have a good heart.
Just have a good heart towards and you know people. What? It shows in the work.
Exactly.
Most of these stylists are watching them their pages for years, and the style not getting no better because them art not get better.
Which is right. Which is right.
It's just the truth.
Which is right. What other challenge other than workers have you faced?
All right. So, remember I said I started out at the age 18.
18, right.
On that same plaza. So, you know, overhead expenses, rent.
Look like you need surprise when all of that are running for you at 18.
I know, right? And that you know when you look at you want a big man, but you don't know where big man going. Right? So, you know, the rent was one of my, and I'm not ashamed, the rent was one of my challenges. And what I did, I sit down and I said, okay, since doing hair alone, at them time them have to beat the chair for customer coming, you know. You have to beat the chair
and beg and talk to it. Listen, remember, I was there. Right. Yes, and talk to the chair.
And talk to the chair. So my days of talking to the chair has been over. Glory be to God about that. But, you know, I come from them time there when I used to beat the chair and say, customer come in. Now customer flooded. Sometimes you suddenly say, wish. Could I go back through the door, right? But at that time, my 1-1 and 2-2 customer couldn't pay rent and do light bill, water bill, everything else.
Right.
So, that set me back to sit down. It pushed me to sit down and think, what else can I do? Right? And I think as entrepreneurs, even if something is working for you, there's no problem with add-ons. You notice when you're going at the supermarket, when you cash out, them have one little stand on the side.
Right there.
Because they add on for your bill. All right. Because basically they're saying that the money can't too much.
Exactly.
Right. So even those little things, I've always wondered, why when me I cash out at some store, most stores, there's always a little stand right there so for catch my eye. Sometimes the dead money you have, And when you cash out, you have to pick up something else. So I implemented that in my business. Let's do add-ons. Don't just stick to the basic, right? Always add on to your income. So that's when now I start thinking about the classes. And then I went from classes. I even started making jewelry, handmade jewelry. Yes, I used to make.
So he's a jewelry maker too,
yes, because acting at the dance hall, man. Acting at the dance hall, I make chain, glasses, and all them something there.
So Puddon Plus, as like when you mentioned the dancehall, too, boy, dancehall era days. Since you got mention it, darling.
Well, the dancehall era days was just, for me, right now, looking back, it was a temporary fix. It wasn't nothing permanent to the soul, So I realized that, all right, I'm going to party today, I'm smoke, feel good. Smoke because the problem, the bills, everything depend on your head. And you say, all right, I'm smoke and get this off of my head. Drink and get this off. But tomorrow it's still there.
Same way.
So it's a temporary fix. But when you find God,
tell me your journey, girl. Tell me your journey.
When you find God, the love, the overflowing, everything is just clear
different,
every day.
Just different. This is like a different feeling.
Yes. So anything we not achieve, and you say, say them are own my back, and nobody own my back. Yeah, own back yourself, go find God.
Talk to them.
Yeah, when you find God, trust me, all doors open. All doors. Even this door, I must God open that door.
But yes, listen, your personality is so warm. Yes, so warm. For meeting you for the first time, it's very good. It's comforting to know that I can really ask the questions that I want to ask.
Yes. Yeah, man, we can reason.
Of course, we talk the things there. Yes, girl. So talk to me about your journey in Christendom now. How did that come about?
You know what? It came about. I think this business is just a blessing. I think the business, it just direct me on the roads that I'm supposed to be on. Even if I make a little, what you call it?
Little curve, little U-turn.
Wait. When I'm calling, when I ask the driver
detour,
to
turn off.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So even if I make a little turn off, that just turn my back right here. So, as I said, one of my challenges was the workers.
Right.
And years ago, like a couple years ago, I had a drastic challenge with probably about 3 employees one time. One time, all 3 just went. And I know I wasn't in the bad side. I wasn't on the bad side, I should say. But you know what? From that time, I was starting to look towards God, because I was like, if you have mankind around you, you're so good to mankind, and mankind can really do certain things, and who is me for turn to? We can't turn to another mankind. Have to be God. So from that time up until last year, November, I started looking towards God more.
Right.
So yes, I used to still go to parties with that experience. Going to parties because I think it would fix something.
Right.
But it didn't. And, I continued and act blind to a lot of things that was happening. I know it was the devil interfering, and I still act blind. And then one day I was there. Let me tell you, I was smoking a big spliff, a big ganja spliff. When, I smoke in the spliff thinking that, all right, today is Sunday and I can smoke and relax my brain a little. I'm not at work until Tuesday. And while smoking the spliff, That's when God talked to me. Never expect it none at all. Never expect it none at all. And I threw down the spliff.
Must have frightened you.
Frightened, come here and say, oh, this a talk to me. I'm know in the eye because I'm just ready for start smoke the spliff. Just. I don't talk much about it. I think this is the first time being open about it. Yes, but yeah, that was one of my big wake up call when I was about to smoke that spliff.
And then
I just decided, I started to go into church and the topics. I started to go to the Celebration Church that's in Portmore and Portmore Mall because I reside there.
yeah.
So I went to a church nearby, and when I went there, the topics that the pastor was preaching, he's also a prophet. The topics that he was preaching was nailing me. But you know what?
Yeah.
I was there and listening to the message and I said, this is just it. And guess what drove me more and closer to God? All right. I don't know if... I would say it's God talking to me because when all these popular persons were falling out, losing their lives, persons that I know, it was everybody that's on top of the game. So if they're in the category of fashion, is who is on top of fashion, right? A popular young lady, right?
Yeah.
Lost her life and they found her body.
Right.
And I was doing a hear that day when they found her body in the country, and I was like, before they found her body, it's like I hear a voice saying, sister, they must take out everybody with the on top. Me of myself to me the on top
You
too.
are on top, girl.
Right, glory be to God for that. But yeah, and me I said then, probably me can lose my life soon then. That's what I was saying to myself. Someone said, no man, yeah, going to church. And it was right after that popular girl lost her life. I went to church the Sunday, and the pastor upon, you think you're not going to lose a life like that, so and so girl there? And I said, oh God. And the same message will come to my mind, and the same thing the man preached. And I never hesitate to give my life to God after that. And I said, then I don't want this to turn back on me. Like, I've played hard ears for so many years, over 2 years now. We couldn't play hard ears no more. Because the killing was going on and on.
So what's the journey been?
It has been a good journey. It has been a journey that give me peace. Like, it's a peace so me can't even explain. Before becoming a Christian person, he explained to me this peace. And me never understand. Me said, "Chow, no do such a tough no more. Can't turn Christian now." But being a Christian, we can't chat off my word now. Because I tell you,
The experience, don't it, girl?
the feeling, you sleep like a baby. One at a time, I said, no man, me I sleep too good now, man. I sleep till my back hurt me.
When you say God, I give you rest. If I give you rest.
You know what? So, in the whole journey thing, I had to release all that I had in my heart for the past workers. That's where we
Forgiveness, girl.
So I had to forgive them of whatever they put me through and all of that, because it wasn't a good feeling. And to know that you treat persons so good, and but there's a saying, how you grow has a lot to do with how you live.
Right.
So probably they grew and not knowing how to explain to persons when they're leaving. So they didn't know how to do that with me. So, I sit down, and after being a Christian though, I could sit down and analyze all of that.
Right.
And realize, it's not their fault, they just never know better.
And just release that. And look how God has catapulted you.
Right.
Tell me about married life.
The ring. Married life is very good because my partner is also a strong man behind the business. He is one of the owners he's the owner of the clothing store that's in the salon as well.
Okay.
Yes, and he also manage the workers very well. They have a very good rapport, So things going good. Marriage and business, everything going good. Was there make sure so the things set right every day, same way. Right. Him run the program, literally.
Okay,
So
that's
we
good.
just do our work as a team, and Ozzy run the program.
But that's wonderful, though. I'm happy for you. You know what, Puddon, you really seems like you're happy. Are you in a happy place right now?
A very happy place. You have a better word than happy?
I don't even know. Ask the producer because she's full of words.
I think there's a better word than happy. Well, whatever word that is, that's what I am right now.
That's very good. I'm so happy for you.
Thank you.
What are some of the achievements that you have achieved over the years? But before you answer that question, I must say, at one point, I saw you at Scotia, or the Scotia Women
Scotia Vision Achievers.
Girl, and I was so proud of you when I saw it. When I saw it come up, and I said, listen, one thing with that girl, I know she always I got try.
Yes, I'm always pushing myself. Always. That's one of the achievement, one of our recent achievement. You know, since I don't say my recent achievement, because the brand is a team, so it's one of our recent achievements. One of my main achievement that I think put me on the diaspora though was the JN.
Yes.
Right, you remember
Yes.
that years
Yes,
ago?
I remember. And you know, when you won, I think a couple of years after you entered, one of your staff, your stylist entered and she won. I was the judge.
Okay.
Yes, I was one of the judge at that event for
You tell me I'm cool, but
I was one of the judge. And when your stylist, I distinctly remembered her backstage, when we were backstage, I saw her and I said to her, where is your shoes? Because I was watching her work from, cause remember we had it upcoming, we had the events, we had different categories, sections coming up to the final night. And the final night, she said to me, when I went back, because I was watching her work, so she was one of my top persons that I was watching, and I said, no, listen, the girl, you have to bring it. She must bring it tonight because, you know, and I was watching her work from there, and I was saying to her, listen, we'll mark for everything, where your shoes, where your Havana slippers. She said, I never know. I said, what size you wear? And she tell me, I said, listen, I have shoes in my car. I'm going to run, go walk in my car. I'm going to gear the shoes. I said, listen to me. As a stylist, make sure you represent yourself with everything, with your entire attire. And she said, yes, thank you. And she went on. And she did such a good job.
Trust me, I coach her so much. We literally cried the night before, you know. Because the night before, we were supposed to do a pre-styling.
Right.
And the night before, she literally gave up.
Because she was having a meltdown. Even backstage was having a meltdown. And the other judges has to be going to her and saying, no, focus, you have it, you can do it. And she said, no. She was having, I remember her and another stylist that was there. She's doing very well too, that next stylist. And I was saying to her, no, you guys, you have it. And they were the two favorites between the judges, you know. And I was saying to her, listen, you have it, you have it, you have it, you have it. Don't melt down now, because she was having a breakdown backstage.
Just me, my coach her, my bring her, and she's doing well now too on her own.
That's very good. That's very good.
Man. And you know, ironically, persons were like, oh, Puddon win last year, and our stylist win this year. It was a big controversy.
It was a big controversy because I remember two persons were saying, oh, Puddon look like she bought. And I said, Puddon buy out nothing. Because when they were coming to me, because a lot of persons did not know that I was a judge.
Yes.
And they were coming to me and I said, listen, but me not even know, at the time, I not even know who was Puddon Plus. I went and I searched for you. Because everybody are coming to me and say, look like Puddon buy it out for our stylist and all these things.
Nothing like
but
that.
Me said, me not even know the lady.
Nothing like that.
The stylist was very talented.
Yes.
She was very talented.
You know, and she was one of my first workers when I was on that salon, on that plaza. Same plaza.
Right.
So the coaching was a main factor of her winning, you know, and that was one of the reasons to me realize, say, yeah, me really have the teaching ability.
Right. So it cements you. Right. And when you won the JN Beauty Barber competition, that also cemented you as one of Jamaica's most creative stylists.
Yes, it did. It did. Up to this day, it's still effective. It's been many years, but it's still effective. Because if you even Google my name, you see.
That's what come up.
Yeah, that's one of the achievements that come up under my name.
Any other?
Yes, a lot of achievements. I've been in the hair diagram program.
Right.
Hair diagram is very popular now on Instagram. So I've been there, and techniques that I've learned from hair diagram, I implemented it into my teaching syllabus as well.
Right.
So my students get, some of that.
I know the hair diagram.
Right. And also I had, let me see, I'm trying to remember all of them.
Talk about the celebrities that you styled. The other day you styled Shelly and Fraser Price.
Yes, and we're hoping to do a lot of exquisite styles now for the Olympics coming up.
Right.
Yes, because Shelly's very photographic, She can take photos like any top model right now.
Exactly.
So we are working with her and we're making use of the interaction and the communication between her. We're making very use of our relationship, I should say. Right. So Shelly and Fraser Price is one of them. We have worked with Spice before.
Right.
That's
I saw that too, yes.
We work with Shensia. We work with Jada Kingdom. We even worked with Marcia Griffith years ago. Marcia Griffith. I was the first one to cut ladies' hair.
Yes, and a lot of persons don't know that you are really a stylist because maybe they see you doing a lot of wigs and they don't know that you actually do real hair too.
Right, I do real hair. I love actually doing the customers' hair because, I like that. I don't talk much when I'm doing a customer, but I like them to feel my personality and to feel warm and to feel welcome. So I actually like being in the salon and working as well.
You mentioned earlier that your team, you just keep on mentioning it and you don't say I, you say we.
Yes.
Talk to me about your team building skills.
The team building skills comes with requirements. And you have to put down your foot though with a team. Because if you have a long chain, no matter how long the chain is or how pretty the chain is, once one link not right, the chain broke. Right?
That's correct.
So I ensure that the spirit is right. And we're going to have our times because we're ladies working as a team. So ladies emotional and have them time up and down.
Yes.
Right? But it's a good thing we have persons on the team such as Sarah, we give a little joke and make the shop vibes again. But yes, so what I ensure and I make sure I tell my stylist when I'm employing them that the malicing thing, we not do that. So if it's a case where you feel like, for talk to nobody or it can't work, you have to go sort out yourself and come again. Or this wouldn't be the work area for you. Right? So from the get-go, before they even start working on the stylist floor, we let them know certain energy is not allowed.
So you go about with energy.
Energy is very important. Because when you go in a salon, most salons right now, when you go in there and everyone renting their booths, you can feel that bad energy. That's not good because you don't feel welcome. You might feel welcome sitting down in the chair because she's collecting your money.
Right.
But what about me coming back? I'm not going to want to come back. I'm not going to feel for come back. I'm going to wonder what I'm going to cutlass I go draw next when I come back.
It's true.
You understand?
It's true, you're talking.
So you have to keep a good energy. So I think the energy is what keep our team together. The energy.
And I noticed that you start each class with prayer. You have incorporate that in your...
Yes, because there's a thing and there's a saying, and I've heard it over and over. I've heard persons say, put a hype, put a this, put a that. But what I want to do is set the atmosphere. When you come to learn with me, I set that atmosphere and let you know that, listen, another hype, put a this where you hear them at table. Put in a hype, put another homeless person. A lot of persons, they're out there and they're just interacting with person and into the conversation with persons and they don't know you.
That's so true.
Right?
So true.
They want to feel so involved, them just start settings.
So true.
And that's the human being. But really and truly, I'm not a hype person. I'm very humble. I'm very willing to even learn. Even though I teach, I am willing to learn. So a stylist would be around me or on the team, and she come with a new technique, and I work with it. That's how humble I am. I learn from even when I stylist them.
That's true. That's so good. Right. What's the plans for the future?
Well, as I said before, I have a 4-year. Like in 4 years' time, I want to have the #1 team working salon, right?
Okay.
And I want it to be that I don't have to be there. Right.
They can operate on their own.
Operate on their own. So that's one of my future plans. I have a lot of future plans. You know, them say you tell God your plans first before you tell people.
All right.
So that's on okay. But yeah, I have a lot of plans. And whereas I'm grounded now in Christendom, you know, certain things I'm not going to say until I'm convicted about it from Christ. So, but things in the pipeline, man, whole heap of things. Not to mention the one that we God have planned for you.
Don't it?
Don't it?
Don't it? What is it that you would like to leave, or what advice would you give to an upcoming stylist?
My advice to any upcoming stylist right now is to be consistent. Be consistent. If you find a little audience, whether it's dancehall audience, church audience, anybody, suppose it's just a family alone area, though, be consistent with them. You understand? Because consistency is just like, suppose you have a favorite soap opera, your favorite show, Keeping Up with the Kardashians. Upon Keeping Up with the Kardashians, we keep up,
Keep up.
right up. So when you be consistent, it helps persons to keep up with you. So without that consistency, no one will keep up with you. So if you want to be relevant in your field and separate in your field, be consistent and unique with that consistency. Because I would want to see your work every day, but I don't want to see the same side part or same center part.
Exactly.
So I would say consistency and creativity, very important for an upcoming stylist, because the field is flooded.
And you have to stand out.
And you have to stand out. So consistency and creativity is the main key.
I agree. Puddon plus sweet.
Yes.
It was my pleasure.
Yes.
I totally enjoyed this interview, and thank you for sharing nuggets, for dropping some nuggets, and thank you for making it Real Talk Jamaica.
Thank you for having me too. Nice meeting you too.
Listen, Puddon, I don't think you need me to tell you, so let your viewers know where to find you, because them know exactly where to find you. But let our viewers know exactly where to find you.
Okay, guys, you can find me at Puddon Plus Sweet on Instagram. Also on Instagram, you can find the product page at Puddon Plus Sweet Products, where you can see how great our products are and how lovely it will work for you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much, Lakayda, a.k.a. Puddon Plus Sweet. Listen, the lady warm and nice, not and a liar personalities off the chain. Trust me. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. Join us next Sunday for more Real Talk Jamaica. Until then, I'm Quanna Harris, signing out. Hey there, like what you see? Want to keep watching? Click here for more videos.